In the book Dark Lord: The Rise of Darth Vader, we get so many pages filled with Vader's inner monologue about all the major events in Revenge of the Sith, as he is no longer Anakin Skywalker, but rather the masked machine in black. Here are several passages from the novel that I've put together for your enjoyment and convenience in this video. It goes over Vader's thoughts about not only killing Mace Windu, but why he followed through with his betrayal, and so easily, might I add too. I don't want to fill this video with my talking, so let's get to the point, and in the end, I can analyze it a bit for you. Here we go. But Vader remembering being in thrall of what he had done in Palpatine's office, watching the old man plead for his life, listening to the old man promising that only he had the power to save Padme, rushing to his defense, Sith lightning hurling an astonished Mace Windu through what had been a window. In fact, he hadn't killed the Jedi to serve Sidious, though Sidious was meant to believe just that. In his arrogance, Sidious was unaware that Anakin had seen through him. Had the Sith Lord thought that he would simply shrug off the fact that from the start, Sidious had been manipulating Anakin and the war? No, he hadn't killed the Jedi in service to Sidious, or for that matter, to demonstrate his allegiance to the Order of the Sith. He had executed Sidious's command because the Jedi would never have understood Anakin's decision to sacrifice Mace and the rest in order that Padme might survive the tragic death she suffered in Anakin's visions. Blood left here still showed in maroon constellations that marred large areas of the floor and speckled some of the few still standing sculpture-topped plinths that lined both sides of the long hallway. Even if he had killed Sidious, even if he had won the war single-handedly for the Republic, the Jedi would have fought him to the bitter end. They might even have insisted on taking custody of his and Padme's child, for their offspring would have been powerful in the Force indeed. Perhaps beyond measure. If only the High Council Masters hadn't been so set in their ways, so deceived by their own pride. They would have grasped that the Jedi needed to be brought down. Like the Republic itself, their order had grown stale, self-serving, corrupt. And yet, if the High Council had seen fit to recognize his power, had granted him the status of Master, perhaps he could have abided their continued existence. But to call him the Chosen One, only to hold him back, to lie to him and expect him to lie for them, what had they imagined the outcome would be? Old fools. What we can gather from this is actually something very important. Vader, or rather Anakin, never wanted to continue down the dark path. He just knew that no matter what he did after sacrificing Mace Windu, was that the Jedi would hunt him down, forever, and take his child. So he figured, might as well just turn on them entirely, better them than me. It's quite a slippery slope, and that's the situation Anakin found himself in. Once you start down the dark path,
forever will it dominate your destiny, consume you it will, as it did Obi-Wan's apprentice.
By the time we realized what he had done, he was folding his arms beside his new master aboard the Star Destroyer, watching the construction of the Death Star. I truly believe if Anakin had just told Obi-Wan about his nightmares, then they could have worked together to solve the issue, and all of this would have been avoided. Vader goes on to explain how if he hadn't turned to the dark side, he would sit atop a throne on Coruscant with his wife and child, wishing he could go back in time and do it all differently. I guess now, we'll never know. What are your thoughts about this? Could Anakin have surrendered to the Jedi after killing Master Windu? Would they have forgiven him? Would they kill him? Makes you think, doesn't it? Thanks for watching, everyone. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's episode of Star Wars Theory. Until then, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, remember,
the Force will be with you, always.
Now, fulfill your destiny.